Alright everyone, so today we're going to be covering the Korean national team trials from 2 years ago. It's got one of my most favorite fighters in it, Jin Ho-jun, and he's going to be fighting Kwon Do-yoon. And there's a specific reason I picked this fight. It's very competitive, goes back and forth, but in the end, one fighter comes out on top for some specific reasons. So today we're going to jump into that. So over in the red, we got Jin Ho-jun, and then in the blue is Kwon Do-yoon. Starts off with a lot of action. Jin Ho-jun in the red, he scores 2 headshots back to back, and we're gonna go back to that. So he scores a crescent kick without having his hands on him, so that way he doesn't get called for the kamjum, and it comes up around the back side of his head. Then right after, he switches stance, pushes, and then he throws like an inwards axe kick, nice and tight, straight down the middle. So at first, the blue guy, he got hit in the back of the head. So he's used to getting hit at one angle, and then instead of kicking the same angle, it's switched straight forward. So he's able to score those 2 headshots right away. So we're about 10 seconds into the match, 6-0 already. Nice back leg to cover distance, shut down right away. Okay, so we have a lot of front leg action going on here, but it's not too frantic. They're both trying to gauge each other out because it's still the first round. Nice fake motion from Jin Ho-jun, tries to catch the tight Upbar. And if you watch, there's not too many bounces. We're gonna replay that. Over here, the guy in blue, he takes a step forward, switches stance, and then he tries to hit one of those similar back of the head crescents. I feel like it might have tapped, but again, with that PSS, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so that was a really good sequence. Our guy in blue over here, he scores 2 body shots. And if you see, we've talked about it in previous videos. When we get to the clinch, we don't want to be just throwing one kick and shutting down. We're throwing no kicks at all. So if you see, they're both trying to throw multiple kicks. Boom, 1, 2, and 3. So it's 6-4 now. Red is up. But he's not being too frantic. He's still keeping his calm. He's not bouncing too much. He's trying to gauge this distance. Blue tries a nice front hand punch because they're staying in the closed stance after setting up with the front leg. So he's not just running in because he doesn't want to get caught on the way in. Good cut by Red. A nice inside kick as well. So he started off with the body cut, and then after that, he comes with a nice front leg axe. The guy in blue turns and spins, but the guy in red is still ready. So he switches and hits that inside kick. Really nicely placed. Unfortunately, it doesn't score. Just about 30 seconds left over here. Okay, so the guy in red, he feels that pressure, but once he saw the opening, he slides in with his front leg up. So then that way he doesn't get caught. Shuts it down and then spins out of the corner because he doesn't want to be in a position where he has to either step in or he has to take a step to the side. Nice try by blue. He tries to score that spinning back hook kick. But red on the inside here does some really crafty work. So I want you guys to watch. They end up in the clinch, and then over here, he brings his leg up right after he dodges. So he has that crescent kick coming over his shoulder. He spins to avoid, but then throws a back hook of his own, and it scores. He falls, but since he scores the headshot, that's spinning, right? It's a spinning technique. You could still fall, and as long as it went through or it was registered, you don't get that kamjang, okay? So we at 11-4 now. 12 seconds left. And wow. So this shows, right? Even if there's only, 10 seconds left, 15 seconds left, right? You still got to keep your calm, just like the guy in blue is doing, and pick your shots correctly. He didn't give up on the rest of the round. He still threw his shots, right? But he wasn't rushing in. And that allowed him to make it 12-11. So he comes back on this lead. Let's check that out again. Switches stance into open, steps forward, switches, hits the crescent, hits the body, and then throws a castanets. So in the matter of 9 seconds or so, he's able to score all the way up from 4-11 to 12-11. 7-point play. He's going to get the come jump for falling. But he's still down because the guy in red scored a spinning kick earlier. Okay, so 3 seconds left, right? Red knows that blue has to come in. So what he's going to do is time his front leg cut so that as the guy in blue is trying to come and kick, he runs into that cut. He runs into that stiff arm. So it's really nicely placed. He doesn't put it too high so the leg can kind of get pushed out the way or get kicked under. He pushes a little bit low on the chest gear. So then that way it hits almost near the hip. And then the guy in blue, he tries to throw that head kick, but it doesn't go through or it doesn't reach him because his hip is getting pushed back. Watch this one more time. Boom. Scores it 2. First round is over 14-12. So one thing I want you guys to take away from this is that even though at certain parts of the game, both of them are in a position where they have to score, they're not rushing too much. And also, everyone's step and footwork is different, right? But if you see, they're not being too frantic. They're not being too rushed. They're able to take their time. Sometimes they slow it down. Sometimes they kind of inch their way in. And it shows a really good amount of patience and control and discipline to be able to stay calm under those situations. Now we're in the second round. Blue starts off with a nice cut. And then red is finding his rhythm. A little bit of a low kick over here. Blue is able to score that front leg. So it's 2-0 right now. If you see, this is really good work by red. He's in the corner, right? But he's not letting it make him too anxious. He's standing right there waiting for the right moment, acts like he's going to come in with that fake, and the guy reacts, and then he takes a step to the side. So he's able to cut the angle and create a little bit more distance for himself. Blue, though, sees that he cuts the angle, and then he's probably going to try to come in and get out that corner, and he times that good Upbar, okay? But the reason he's able to time that Upbar is because over here, our guy in red doesn't have his knee shield up, doesn't have his cancel up. He just tried to slide in. So the guy in blue was able to capitalize on that mistake. So it's 4-0. We got 1 minute and 25 seconds left. And again, you can see both of them, they're just real relaxed. Able to keep their calm, and they're both using fakes. Again, using that fake to create that front leg fast kick opportunity. Throw a little fake in there, boom, catch it tight. Okay, so blue, he's doing well this round. He's up 6-0. Blue again, he's not trying to let it be linear. He takes a step to the side. Over here, our guy in red, Chino Jun, right? He tries to spin, but the guy in blue sees it. He stuffs it, so he jams it, comes on the way in. So he's not able to score that. Again, at the start of the match, right, in that first round, Chino Jun, he was able to score that tight front leg, or I'm sorry, tight clinch axe kick down the middle, and he sees success with that as well. Tries a back leg spin, unsuccessful. Our guy in blue again utilizes that front hand punch. So in the modern day game, right, punching is the only thing that referees are scoring besides putting in 2 extra technical points for a spin. So it's good to utilize both hands for the punch, no matter what stance it is. So if it's open stance, of course you throw the backhand. But if it's closed stance, it's good to also be able to throw your front hand so you could still take advantage of these refs kind of being like a trigger friendly on that punch button. Nice inside kicks, throws 2 of them. Unfortunately, no score, so it's 8-3. He tried 2 body kicks on the inside, right? Notice how on the next try, he doesn't go to the body, he tried to throw that head. Tries to throw another axe kick down the middle, blocked. Just about 11 seconds here. Tries to throw a circus back hook, doesn't score. 10-3. And over here, our guy in red, right? Since he's up around and he hasn't been finding his rhythm in this round as much as his first round, right? He decides that instead of wasting too much energy, he's just gonna throw the round away. 10 seconds left. I wouldn't recommend this to every fighter, and I feel like this isn't the best thing to do. But in certain situations, if you feel like you're confident enough to find your rhythm again and regroup, and you feel like it's worth it to keep that stamina and kind of just like let yourself reset, then you can make the choice to, you know, throw the round if you feel like it's necessary. So right now, we're at 1-1, tied. We're about to go into the 3rd round, which is going to be deciding who's the winner of this fight. Okay, so they both playing that front leg game, cut, cancel. Some motion from blue. Okay, so let's watch this scramble right here. Shinojun in red. He comes to the inside, spins him, tries to kick, sees he's off balance, comes again, and then tries to score an inside shot. I feel like it was a good look. Again, it didn't score, but he's still giving himself opportunities to take advantage of the guy in blue, Kondo Yoon, right, being off balance. Good fake to get that reaction. Okay, so watch. This is a real good play by our guy in blue, Kondo Yoon, right? He comes in, takes a half step in, throws an Upbar, his front leg, right? Doesn't score. Throws 2 tight Uppars right after, and one of them scores. So this goes again into maximizing our opportunities on the inside. So instead of just throwing 1, right? He's going 1 and then 2, successful with the second shot. Good distance management by red over here. Not letting it touch him and having that cancel up. And then if you watch, every time red comes to the clinch on the inside, if he's in the corner, as they say, kalyo, right? He's trying to spin out of the corner. And if the opponent doesn't do anything, then you're able to take advantage of that. He uses his back leg over here. We're going to watch that. He uses his back leg to clash with that front leg, comes to the inside and throws that axe kick down the middle that he was seeing success earlier. It does hit, but we're going to see if it scores or not. So let's watch that again. He throws the back leg, meaning to clash, and then throws that axe kick down the middle. They both get called for a kamp jump. Red is going to get called for a holding, and then our guy in blue over here, he gets called for throwing a kick after kalyo. Tries to use his card to say that he didn't kick after kalyo, but it's declined. So right now it's 3-1. Boom. Okay. So this is some real nice work over here by a guy in red. He's not able to find as much success in the close stance as he was in the first round. So he decides, let me switch it up and switch to open stance and see if I could score my back leg on the inside, right? But he's not just throwing his back leg because he could run into like an Upbar or a cut. He's using his front leg first to knee shield in, and then he's throwing that back leg on the inside in the clinch. So he's able to tie it up right here. Boom, boom. Again, boom. And these are great timed, great place shots. Just about 45 seconds left. We're having a lot of flurries, but no points yet. But I want you guys to see how calm and collected both fighters are staying. A lot of high pressure situation right here. Blue scores that headshot, but he gets called for holding. So he's gonna take that comp jump and the 3 points are going to get removed. Now our guy in red over here, he's winning. Nice tight double on the inside after coming in with that cut. Switches to open stance again. Okay. This is beautifully timed right here. Red knows that this guy in blue isn't going to throw his back leg first. He's not really like a back leg fighter. He's always starting off with his front leg. Red, for the majority of the fight, has been fighting in closed stance. And then in the third round is the first time he switched it to open. But he went back to close. After the few exchanges, he switches back to open, right? And he knows that that front leg is going to come out. So he uses his front hand to, I wouldn't say grab, but kind of redirect that front leg cut as soon as it comes out. And then as he puts it down, he uses that back leg to score a slide back roundhouse kick. This is kind of like an old school technique, but with a little bit of adaptation to the modern day game by using that front hand to get that cut out the way. So we're going to watch it again. 1 and 2. Scores it. He could get called for the comp jump, but he's lucky on this. He didn't. So it's 6-3 now. And I want you guys to watch this play. Boom. So this scores perfectly because this guy in blue, right? He's still going through the shock that he just got scored on. Okay? So it's 6-3, 30 seconds down, high pressure. The guy in red reads that, and he sees that the guy in blue is going to want to come in. So as soon as they say 시작, right, or 계속, right, the match starts. He acts cool, calm, and collected, but then boom, throws an explosive back leg, shuts it down after, and he's able to score it as well. So this, I feel like, is the deciding point in this match that kind of turns the tide of the whole game. So he's up 8-3 right now. Again, uses that front leg to knee clash in, so he's not running into anything. Switches back to closed stance. And why is that? Because he's only got just about 26, 25 seconds left, right? And he's up by 5 points. So we talked about this in our previous analyzation video with one of my green belts, that if you're up with maybe 3, 4, 5 points, right? And there's just a little bit of time left in the match. You want to be able to put your best leg in front that you're good with cutting with, cover up, and then use that to push them back, okay? We don't need to be offensive anymore. We don't need to take big risks by throwing our back leg. We want to be a little bit more safe with our decisions and then be able to play a little bit more defensively. So that's why he went from the open stance, trying to be a little bit more offense, right? Scores those 2 shots, so it's a 4-point play that he made, right, back to back. And then he goes, okay, I did my job. Let me switch back to being defensive. And he knows that's coming, cuts it. Nice axe kick into twist. Let's see. Okay. So over here, he's going to throw a front leg axe, right? And he floats it twice. Right here. He hits it, but it doesn't score. Right after, he throws a twist. So I want you guys to watch that. 1, 2, 3, twists it, hits, and then spins after. So he's doing a little bit of acrobatic work right here. Gets called for the holding on the outside, but honestly, it's 11-4 right now. He's still good. $11-5 because he did a knee clash. We got 5 seconds left. Okay, so with 5 seconds left and it being 11-5, right? He knows that the guy in blue is going to try and rush in. So he's a little bit smart. He rushes in faster than the guy in blue can expect. And the guy in blue has to adjust and then try to hit a clinch shot, right? Since he's down by a lot, he's probably going to bring that shot up to the head. So the guy in red, he reads that, clashes first, jams it, and then pulls out. So he's playing with this guy's distance, so he can't just throw the shots like he likes it, okay? After that, right, he knows that he started off with 5 seconds. He jammed it, pulled out. That probably burned 1 or 2 seconds. Now I know if I have come jumps left and I'm up by a decent amount of points, now I could start stepping out. And that's exactly what he does. So watch. Jams right here, pulls out once he reaches it's coming out, right? Gives 1 cut, and then he says, no, I don't want to take the risk anymore. Let me step out. Smart play. Still up by 5. 0.59 seconds left. 4 comp jumps right here, right? So he was able to burn a comp jump with that last play that he just did, but now it's 4, okay? So he cannot step out anymore. He has to play it safe. And there's only half a second left. So watch. Again, just like earlier, he jams in. He slides in as this guy in blue is trying to throw something. Because if you're down by 5 points, you have to throw a spinning kick, right? And a spinning kick, unless you're spinning backwards or you have a really, really good mobility and flexibility and able to squeeze it in tight, it's going to be a big motion that covers distance. So it's a good idea to knowing that, right? You're closing the distance, jamming that, and then that's the reason that he's able to shut this down and then finish that match out. So over here, 11-6. I feel like this is a great match to be able to learn from because it has a lot of good distance management, a lot of good fakes from both players. You could see that it's not like one person is totally dominant. They're both going back and forth the entire match. But in the end, I feel like our fighter in red is a little bit more crafty, a little bit more patient, and a little bit more versatile than our fighter in blue. And that's what was able to kind of give him that W today. So if you guys have any more questions about this fight or any other fights that you would like me to analyze, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.